Hello students, I am Chaad Batul. In today's class, we will discuss our concluding topic regarding the steps of conducting research. These are our outlines which we will cover in today's lecture. Let's try to understand the analyzing qualitative data. Qualitative data analysis works a little differently from quantitative data, primarily because qualitative data is made up of words, observations, images, and even symbols. Deriving absolute meaning from such data is nearly impossible. Hence, it is mostly used for exploratory research. While in quantitative research, there is a clear distinction between the data preparation and data analysis stage. Analysis for qualitative research often begins as soon as the data is available. Qualitative data refers to non-numeric information such as interview, transcripts, notes, video and audio recordings, images and text documents. Qualitative data analysis can be divided into the following four categories. Qualitative data analysis methods. Several methods are available to analyze qualitative data. The most commonly used data analysis methods are content analysis. This is one of the most common methods to analyze qualitative data. It is used to analyze documented information in the form of text, media, or even physical items. When to use this method depends on the research questions. Content analysis is usually used to analyze responses from interviewees. Narrative analysis. This method is used to analyze content from various sources such as interviews of respondents, observations from the field, or surveys. It focuses on using the stories and experiences shared by people to answer the research questions. Discourse analysis. Like narrative analysis, discourse analysis is used to analyze interactions with people. However, it focuses on analyzing the social context in which the communication between the researcher and the respondent occurred. Discourse analysis also looks at the respondent's day-to-day environment and uses that information during analysis. Grounded theory. This refers to using qualitative data to explain why a certain phenomena happened. It does this by studying a variety of similar cases in different settings and using the data to derive causal explanations. Researchers may alter the explanations or create new ones as they study more cases until they arrive at an explanation that fits all cases. Data analysis is perhaps the most important component of research. Weak analysis produces inaccurate results that not only hamper the authenticity of the research but also make the findings unusable. It's imperative to choose your data analysis methods carefully to ensure that your findings are insightful and actionable. Now let's move to understand how to write the conclusion part in the research. This section is presented in numeric order. Here you must already know the answer to your research questions. Then you may begin answering your research question and answering your general objective, illustrating the main observations you got from them. Continue doing the same for your specific objectives, naming the most important and general findings you got from them in your data analysis and interpretation. Finally, if you have a hypothesis and your conclusions, telling the readers why your hypothesis is true or false. Do this giving strong reasons and referring to crucial information gotten from the analysis and interpretation of your data. After the conclusion part, it is important to know how to write recommendations in any research. Some researchers manage the idea of why to recommend, however, have in mind that your research can be improved or continued. Like the conclusions, this section is also presented in numeric order. The recommendations come from the conclusions, and remember that you conclude according to your objective. You may recommend the population, institutions, teachers, or future researchers involved with the project. It is not an obligation to recommend, but it helps to give importance to your research. It makes the research essential to the reality where it has taken place. References. Writing the proper references in the research paper, it is essential to know that what is APA. APA is the style of documentation of sources used by the American Psychological Association. This form of writing research paper is used mainly in the social sciences like psychology, anthropology, sociology, as well as education and other fields. So how does APA style works? When working with APA, there are two things to keep in mind: in-text citation and the reference page. In-text citation will use the author's name and the date within your research paper. These citations will refer back to the reference page at the end, which lists all the sources that you may have used in your research paper. Tips for writing references in APA style. The references page lists all the sources you have cited in your paper. The entry for a general article should look like this. As you can see in the example above, the author's name, last name appear in the beginning, first name's first letter afterwards. Then the year of publication is given in parentheses. Then the title is listed with only the first word of the title, the first word after the colon, and proper nouns capitalized. Then the name of the journal in italics is listed, the volume number, and finally the pages of the article. Example of book reference. For a book, the entry looks like this. In the example above, the author's name is listed, last name in the first and first name's first letter, then the date followed by the title with only the first word capitalized, the city of publication, and then the name of the publisher. That's all. Thank you.